Warning, the player selections you're about to see may flop miserably. FPL TV cannot be held responsible for any of your own transfer shockers. Please, FPL responsibly.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Point Predictor, the series where I predict 5 players that I think will score points in the upcoming FPL game week. I can only choose one player per club, and I must follow the categories shown on screen. Before making predictions for Game Week 7, a quick word about OneFootball who have kindly sponsored this video. The world's best football news app is now even better, relaunching with a fresh new design. Gain access to news, scores and stats from leagues all over the world, with a brand new interface that's cleaner, simpler and smarter than ever. As for FPL, you can follow each team in the Premier League and get live updates from all the goals and assists every game week. Download it for free using the link in the description box below. My defensive pick for Game Week 7 was between 2 players, and they were Ben Chilwell and João Cancelo. Both defenders offer FPL returns at either end of the pitch this week, as they each possess very impressive attacking stats and also both face fairly goal-shy opposition. The only reason I favour Chilwell this week is at least with him there's less worries about rotation, but Cancelo remains firmly on my radar. With Thiago Silva starting to settle, and with Edouard Mendy making a good impression between the sticks, Chelsea have since kept 3 clean sheets on the bounce in all competitions. Their opponents Burnley are currently the division's lowest scorers, with only 3 goals in 5 games. And as for Chelsea, well, over the last 4 game weeks they've only conceded 3 big chances, the second least behind Southampton. This suggests a good chance of a clean sheet in this one, but if not, then Chilwell does offer some very good attacking threat as well. My budget midfield pick for this week, below the price of 8 million, goes to Phil Foden. With Man City facing Liverpool and Tottenham in the following 2 games, and with Foden being a slight rotation risk, I'm not sure if now is the time to buy Foden, but if you do have him, then I think he looks a solid option for Game Week 7. The young midfielder has now returned points in both the last 2 game weeks, and has put in a string of very impressive performances recently. Frustratingly, he was benched in Game Week 6, but when he was subbed on, he made an immediate impact and got the equalising goal. And fingers crossed that now solidifies his place in the team for Game Week 7. Both him and De Bruyne absolutely ran the show against Marseille in midweek as well. Man City face Sheffield United in Game Week 7, and they are one of only 2 teams left who are yet to keep a clean sheet so far this season. My midfielder of any price this game week goes to Sadio Mane. Now, for this category, it'd be very straightforward for me to simply select Mohamed Salah again this week, who is as per usual a very strong option. But with the world-class Senegalese constantly being overlooked this season, I think he deserves a mention. Statistically, Mo Salah is ahead of Mane for many metrics in the opening 6 game weeks. Salah is ahead for shots, shots on target, key passes, penalty area touches, so the underlying numbers do still favour the Egyptian. However, it is worth factoring that Sadio Mane has played 1 game less than Mo Salah so far, and Mane is ahead of him for one very important statistic, and that's big chances. In just 5 appearances, Sadio Mane has had 8 big chances so far, the joint most in the league, and 2 more than Salah despite playing a game less. He's also returned points in all 4 of his last appearances, so is showing a lot of consistency, and at a staggeringly low 9% ownership still remains a superb differential for those brave enough to go against the grain. For the budget forward this game week, below the price of 8 million, once again there's so many options here. We've got Che Adams, Calvert-Lewin, Michail Antonio, and even Callum Grant against Fulham this week, who I think could all do well. In the end, I've had to make the boring pick and choose Bamford simply down to his superb underlying statistics. In the last 4 game weeks, the Leeds man has produced some very impressive underlying numbers, with his 18 shots inside the box in that time ranking him first amongst all players. To begin this season, it's not just Bamford that's impressed either, but rather Leeds as a whole, whose relentless work rate will prove a problem for anyone. They went into Game Week 6 facing a Villa side who had defended very well up until that point, only to manage a staggering 27 shots and 20 inside the box. A real hammering. Even in their defeat to Wolves in the previous game week, they still then looked very dangerous, and in my opinion were very unlucky not to score. In what was an extremely confident hat-trick from Bamford in Game Week 6, he no doubt looks a great budget option for this weekend and beyond. My forward of any price in Game Week 7 has to go once again to Harry Kane. With this one, I don't think I need to spend long on making a case for Kane this week, who's now returned points in every single game week so far bar Game Week 1, so that's 5 game weeks now of consistent FPL returns. The unique thing we're seeing with Kane this season is that he no longer offers just goal threat anymore, but also assist potential, and already leads the assist charts by some way, with a staggering 8 in just 6 games. Tottenham are at home to Brighton this week, a team that love to try and play football and could be open for Spurs to counter. The Seagulls don't boast a great defensive record so far, already conceding 12 goals in 6 games and only managing the 1 clean sheet. So hopefully Harry Kane can continue his fine form in this one, especially with their key centre-back Lewis Dunk missing through suspension. And that wraps up my point predictor picks for Game Week 7. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if so, be sure to leave a like and most importantly get subscribed. My team selection video for Game Week 7 was also released earlier this week, so you can watch that if you'd like by clicking the thumbnail on screen. Good luck to you all for Game Week 7, FPL responsibly, and I'll catch you all next week.